Namaste, dear listeners. Welcome to our channel, Oneness in Astrology and Spirituality, bringing in awareness by Abhi. Here's a question coming directly from Money herself. Money is a person that generally brings in questions from you, the listeners, and from you, the public. She's the one that brings in questions from you to me for me to answer. But this is a question coming directly from her. Hi, Abhi. Please, can you explain Nama Shivaya and the five elements? So, very good question. I have answered this many times before on the TikTok live. I have done sessions on this here, and I'm more than happy to do this here on the podcast. So, the whole universe is made up of five elements, and if you don't understand the whole periodic table, it's fine. If you just understand just the five elements itself: fire, air, space, earth, and water. Right? Fire, air, space, ether, earth, and water. Sorry, if you understand these five elements, you understand the whole entire universe, because everything comes from this. Everything comes from Nama Shivaya, which I'm going to explain now. So the word Na, the sound Na, represents earth, which is your middle finger. Sorry, your ring finger. So the sound Na represents the earth, which is your ring finger. Ma, the sound Ma represents water, which is your baby finger. Shi represents fire, which is your thumb. Va represents air, which is your pointing finger, your pointer finger, your index finger. And Ya represents the ether, the space, the sky. And here I'd like to explain that this is very different from air. Ya and Va is different. The air and the ether is very different. This is represented by your middle finger. So Ya is represented by the middle finger, which is the actual ether. So air and ether is very different. A lot of people confuse the two. So air is the Va, which is your pointer finger, your index finger, and Ya is the ether, which is your middle finger. So Na, Ma, Shi, Va, Ya. Na is your index finger, earth. Ma is your baby finger, water. Shi is your thumb, fire. Va is the air, right, which is your pointer finger, your index finger, and the Ya obviously is your ring finger, which is the ether. So Om Namah Shivaya. Now is not so arm is it's the arm. It's if you open your mouth and you close it, that sound. Now that's the Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. This is all in one. This is the the O, the And yeah, so we're saying the whole universe, Namah Shivaya, the five elements. So if I'm understanding these five elements in the fingers and thumb in the actual hand, how you've got the five elements in the hand, we can then go into mudras. Now, mudras is basically hand signs that you do with your fingers, of movements with your fingers to basically tap in or to allow for certain energies to happen or to become. Now, for me personally, I have a few mudras that I do on a regular basis. When I say regular basis, I'm talking about daily, something that I do daily. And this is not something that is actually conscious happening. This is over time it becomes a unconscious happening. So in the beginning, you're actually actively using mudras. After that, it becomes an unconscious happening. Now, I remember, guys, I have said that the thumb is the fire, the middle finger is obviously the space or the ether, the ring finger is the earth, the little finger the water, the baby finger the water, and the index finger the air. Right? Whether you call it air or wind, it doesn't matter. Right? The fingers, like, they act as electrical circuits. Let's put it this way: the fingers acts like electrical circuits, and the use of mudras adjust the flow of energy, which balance the various elements and accommodate healing. So this is what it is. It acts as an electrical circuits within the body. If I have to look at it as a circuit board, like how you've got these connectors, it's the same thing like that. Now, there is very easy yoga mudras, which I started doing some time back, and that is the Jnana mudra, the mudra of wisdom and knowledge. It's basically, you would see this, most of the yogis are doing this. You'd find this here. You'd find many Hindu scripture pictures of people doing this. The Buddha is doing this. It's your air, the air and the thumb, the fire and the air. You take your index finger and your thumb, you join those two together, and the other three, the middle, the ring finger and the baby finger, is straight out. This happens in both hands. So your index and your thumb are together. The fire and the air. You must remember, air makes fire bigger. So this is the Jnana mudra, Jnana mudra. This is the mudra of wisdom, meditation, becoming one with your higher self. All right. Sometimes people may call it Dhyan Mudra or Dhyana Mudra. It doesn't really matter. For me, I call it the Mudra of wisdom. I do this all the time. This is something that I do. Even right now that I'm doing this podcast, I'm doing that. This is something that I'm doing all the time. Or it's generally, okay, we're going to the other Mudra now. But I will explain the different ones that I do, which are simple for you, which will help you to move very, very far in terms of spiritual acquiring. All right. Now, you can sit. Look, I'll do a separate podcast to tell you how to do all of these things, but I'm just gonna explain the difference when I do. Now, I also do the Anjali Mudra, the Mudra of salutation. This is taking your both hands and putting it together like a praying form, a prayer hands, the gesture of prayer. It's the five elements joining together, the sun and the moon, the right and the left hands bringing it together. This in Sanskrit means divine offering or the gesture of reverence. Um, um, creation, preservation, and destruction all at the same time. This is complete oneness. It brings you peace, man. I mean, this you can do Surya Namaskar with this year. You can meditate with your hands together. You can talk to your higher power. You can talk to your higher power like this. I do this all the time after I'm in the beginning, introducing myself to somebody, or I do it, even I do it at the end when it's time for me to say goodbye. I do it, or if I'm thankful, or if I'm sorry, I'm always doing Anjali Mudra, right? I'm always doing Anjali Mudra. So in the morning I do it, at night I do it, always. And I find that the Anjali Mudra brings me peace immediately. You know, I wouldn't say that the other mudras don't bring me peace, but I can tell you right now that when you put your two hands together, you feel peace immediately, instantaneously. Instantaneously. Now, a lot of people are not grounded and they want to ground. Hello, Abhi, please can you teach me how to get grounded? Now, there are many ways to get grounded. Walking bare feet or Prithvi Mudra. Prithvi means earth, Mother Earth, Prithvi. Prithvi Mudra means you take your thumb and your ring finger and put them together on both hands. So touch the tip of the ring finger to the tip of the thumb. This gesture is associated with the element earth and is believed to improve physical strength, vitality, and body mass. So if you want strength, if you want to harness more strength within the system, I mean, Prithvi Mudra is the best way for this. I do this now and then, but I feel that this one here can also help, not help, but if you, let me not mention it on the actual podcast. I would suggest that you don't over experiment with Prithvi Mudra. This is from my personal opinion, my personal view, awareness, Bobby. Don't over experiment with Prithvi Mudra because I feel that this is the mouse to the universe. And if you don't know how to navigate, you can end up in lost territory. So, thumb and middle finger together, thumb and ring finger together is the Prithvi Mudra. It can help you with skin problems. issues relating to vitality, bone mass, physical strength, um, enhancing your stability as well. But at the same time, I'm just speaking from my awareness. It's not something that you should overly experiment on, and there's various reasons why, which I'll explain on my next podcast. Now, Varun Mudra of water. Now we already know the baby finger is the finger of or representing the element water. Now, Varun Mudra, the Mudra of water, you take your thumb and your baby finger, you put it together, the tips of it, right? From forming this mudra, or touching the baby finger with the thumb, the tips of it on both, is believed to help balance the body's fluid levels. It helps improve your blood circulation. If you've got dry skin, hormonal imbalances, Varun Mudra is perfect for you. I generally don't overly experiment with Varun Mudra, especially if I'm doing Anjali Mudra every day. Already it's getting balanced off. But let's just say for some reason I feel that I need to do it, I do it. But this is very rare, right? But look, it also depends like how far you are on the journey of sadhana, your meditation, whether you're meditating. If you're meditating often, you don't have to pay so much of attention to all of this, yeah, because naturally it gets sorted out on its own with your consistency. Prana Mudra, the mudra of life. Prana Mudra, prana means life. So by touching the tips of the ring finger, little finger to the thumb. Now the ring finger and your little finger, we can already establish that this is the earth, water, and the fire. So we are looking at earth, water, and fire, these three elements. So we look at the baby finger, the ring finger, and the thumb. You're touching all three. This here will help you improve your immune system. It boosts your immune system, improves eyesight, enhances your overall health. This is a very, very beautiful mudra, right? Very, very beautiful mudra for digestion and digestive and immune system, to boost your immune system. Now there are various other mudras that I do, which I'm not going to go into because this is not a podcast to discuss each one, but merely to discuss the 5 elements Nama Shivaya and what they mean and how to harness the best from it. So we're going to stick to that. What you got to remember is when you go into meditation, you mustn't think about Shiva. You mustn't imagine him sitting somewhere or whatever. Meditation means thoughtless thought, means absolutely no thought. So the moment you start to think, to see something or to experience something, immediately you lost the plot. You've already lost the plot there. So Namah Shivaya means the 5 elements. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. So here you're bringing you're bringing yourself, who you are in spirit. You're bringing it beyond the 5 elements, that which is beyond the 5 elements. Shiva, that which is beyond the five elements, that which is the 5 elements, and that which is beyond. So Shiva means that which is and that which is not, that which is within the material dimension, that which is without above that. So Shiva is everywhere. So here we are saying that we need to be beyond, above the mental plane, the physical plane. We need to be beyond that. Now we need to realize our true nature, which is beyond. We are coming from spirit. We have come to matter. We need to go back from matter into spirit. We need to break free out of this material dimension, not a material world, a physical world, but the dimension of reality, the dimension of existence. So everything's are just dimensions of reality. They're just dimensions of existence. They are not a physical plane. You understand? It's just a different frequency. And this can easily be seen in the chakras or in the planets. If you look at the planets, we can see we are in the 3rd dimension. We are the 3rd planet from the sun. No, we're in the 3rd dimension. And if we look at the solar system, which is the chakras also within you, we can easily see 5D, what planet, what chakra is the 5D. It's the heart chakra, it's the earth frequency. We are aiming for this year. We are the Venus frequency, the Venus frequency of love. So we are moving from a 3D world to a 5D world, where a world of love, forgiveness, healing, prosperity, and unwavering love. This is the frequency. We are moving from limiting beliefs. We are moving away from fear into love. We are moving away from religion to spirituality. We are embracing a new frequency. And Nama Shivaya is perfect for this. Right, so Jai Shri Ram, Om Namah Shivaya, Jai Shri Krishna, and Om Namah Shivaya. That's the mantra. You can use various mantras, but that's the mantra that I use to basically surrender my mind. Thank you very much.